Hello, puppets! Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Chloe, if you don't know who I am. I am an eating disorder recovery mentor, a dynamic eating psychology coach, a therapeutic nutrition counselor, and I studied public health. So I got my bachelor's of science in public health and also am a yoga instructor, although I no longer teach specifically yoga, but I do a lot of meditations, breathwork, visualizations with clients. But anyways, I don't think I've just like introduced myself as who I am and what I do in a long time. So there you go. If you're new, now you have it. And what got me into this work is I personally struggled with eating disorders myself. Specifically, if we want to like name them, anorexia, orthorexia, exercise addiction, and then of course I had like amenorrhea, a low metabolic rate, a really malfunctioning body, awful digestion. I mean, there's not even a diagnosis for how awful my digestion was. Like, just could not digest anything ever. And so I went through that whole thing that maybe you are going through now. And that's why I do what I do now, because I'm just super, super passionate about helping other people get to the other side, because life is amazing when you do. And that's a little bit what I wanted to talk about today. By the way, just for those of you guys who've been following along on my story, tape came off because I took it off, honestly. I like went to my friend's pool one night and was like swimming around, and I was like, no, this thing is done. I got no surgery done a while ago now. Back in January, I got no surgery, so I'm looking at my calendar. Like, it is March 3rd. That's insane. So I got no surgery done back in January because I had a collapsed septum from a soccer accident, and I've just been healing and recovering, and that's why I don't think you can see it too much now. It's not as bad as before, but I have tape on my nose. I took off the tape before. That was like a lot. I don't know, I feel like that was a lot more tape, and had a beautiful week of being tape-free and feeling like I'm back to normal, let's go. And then I went to the doctor's office this morning, she's like, oh, the tape fell off, let's put that back on for another 3 weeks. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, we can do it. I have my sister's wedding on March 12th though, so I'm like, I'm not wearing that for the wedding. But anyways, I digress. The reason why we are chatting today is because I want to share with you guys, again, just coming from my own experience of having been through eating disorders and all of that, and now recovered and living normal life. I just want to share just how beautiful finding food freedom can really be. And it's something that I didn't think, that my dogmatic way of eating, or the micromanaging of food, or the control over my whole diet, however you want to analyze that or put it, I didn't think that it was affecting my life so much. I'm kind of just like living my own life, doing my own thing, just like waking up, doing the same thing. And I was like, this isn't impacting my life. And I also had this thought, especially when I was like vegan and stuff, that I was like, my diet rules like shouldn't be impacting like any dinners, or it shouldn't be impacting any of my relationships, because I was like, why is this impacting it? Like, I'm just gonna go and sit at the restaurant, I'm still there, like, so I'm not gonna eat, but I'm there at the restaurant, like, isn't this okay? Why are people making this weird? And I now get it. Like, it changes things when you don't actually physically commune with others and break bread with them. Like, it changes it. There's an energy blockage, and it's just not the same. So you can be going to all of the barbecues, but if you're bringing your own little sprouted quinoa thing on the side, it's not the same, and it really does impact how I feel like close you can get to people. And I'm not saying that you can't have friends and that you can't develop relationships, but let me just give you my perspective now, being fully recovered. And I'll do that via sharing a story. So went to the grocery store today and filled up my cart with a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, Chloe, stop. You need to stop doing this. Like, stop filling up your cart with so much food. And you're probably stopping right now and going like, what? Like, what on earth is she talking about? She's mad that she's buying too much food? Like, this is weird. So let me explain. The reason why I'm mad that I like kept on putting in more and more and more food into my cart is because when I look at literally, my schedule is crazy as an entrepreneur, and my client schedules are everywhere and everything. So like, I'm to the point in my life where I'm just so busy with things that I literally schedule in morning walks with my friends or brunch or going hiking or having dinner at someone's house. Like, I have to write it in my calendar. Otherwise, there's too many social activities that I forget. And it's like, gosh, how do you expect me to remember that in 3 Thursdays at 7 o'clock I have a dinner? So it just, everything's on my schedule. Anyways, I was looking at my schedule. I was thinking I would like do a little screenshot and you guys could see it, but I have a lot of client first and last names there, so I'm not gonna do that. But looking at my schedule, and I literally am just like, so in this last just month, like let's just take the month of February, I literally ate dinner at my house. Like, Chloe cooked for herself. That happened 3 times out of the whole month. So 3 days out of the whole month. Now, was Chloe just not eating? No. What was I doing? I was at birthday parties. I was at bonfires. I was at barbecues. I was out to dinner. I was at my cousin's house. I was like everywhere at dinner time. I don't think I have cooked for I haven't cooked for myself dinner in such a long time. Lunch, more so lunch. I'm usually here because I'm working with clients, but even that, there was a ton of like brunchy things. There was a ton of late lunches with people. Like, there was a ton of lunches out as well. Anyways, I'm mad because I'm like, I don't get through this food. I had to throw away so much food, which I don't like to do. I did freeze some of it. I was like, okay, I'm not getting through this like milk fast enough and things like that. So I froze some of it because I was like, yeah, I'm just not getting through this because I'm out and about all the time. Anyways, so the point of the story is I want to share how beautiful food freedom is. So let me share a little bit of this last month. This last month has been, even though I've been like recovering, there's been so many things happening, but I've been super social this last month. Like, beyond social, I have such a big networking group of friends right now, and they love doing things. I love doing things. I think it's just so beautiful to fill up your life with as many adventures and things and community as you can. And so I've just been doing a lot of these stuff, and I was actually posting a photo in the group chat for my community, the course, the Get Your Flow in course. There's a little community chat over on Vibely, and I had taken pictures of like the whole kind of grocery haul, what I got. And I was like, yeah, I didn't get too much just because I've been like really busy. And then I was like, let me just show you case in point. And then I was like, look at what my friend sent me this morning at 8. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock. And she was like, hey, it's Taco Thursday at my house. Come. So I'm like, okay, great. This was like the first night in a long time that I thought that I was going to be home for dinner. And then, of course, someone's having Taco Thursday. Why not? Like, we gotta have Taco Tuesday and Taco Thursday. So saying yes to that, right? Yesterday, what was I doing yesterday? Yesterday, I was with one of my really good friends, and we went to his house, and he got all of the stuff ready and prepared. He made chili rellenos, and then we had a bunch of other friends come over. There's like 5 other friends who came over. Someone made Spanish rice, and then someone else made tomatillo salsa, and then we had tortillas, and we had like all the little fixings, right? We had truffles after. Ooh, we had rice pudding too. We did rice pudding and chocolate for dessert. Anyways, so that was the night before. And then the night before that, it was my best friend Sarah's birthday party. And so we had this like beautiful little dinner at my friend Emily's house. There was a big, beautiful shortbread, is that what you call it? Like a strawberry shortcake, not shortbread, strawberry shortcake cake, which actually is a funny story because the cake did not look like a cake when we ate it. My friend Lindsay literally dropped it. Like, her ankle gave out when she was holding the cake, and so the cake was smushed, but the cake tasted delicious, like very, very delicious. So did that. The night before that, I was with the same guy, but different friends. Guy I'm kind of seeing. Anyways, we were with different friends, and he made this big, it's not like osso buco, but it's a big like, he took like big chunks of beef, but the ones that have like the big bone marrow in it. He knows that I love bone marrow. And he like did this red wine, really slow cooked reduction. There's a tiny bit of like carrots and celery and onions in there, but everything was really, really slow cooked. And then we had my other friend who made this big like creamy pasta. And then what else did we have? I forget what we had for dessert that night. Anyways, do you see what I mean though? It's like, every single night. Oh, my French cousins were in town, and so my French cousins cooked a lot of food for us, so I did a lot of like big family dinners with my family. And then yeah, it's just, that's been my whole life. And I'm looking back at this past month, I'm like, it's been the funnest month of my life, like being so social and meeting with so many people, doing these big dinners. Oh, we had pizza night. That was actually at my house, but again, I like don't do any of the cooking for any of this stuff. Like my friends got it, and I love it because I'm in full on. It's been like a couple years ever since eating disorder recovery, ever since like going all in, that I have been in full on receptive mode with food. I mean, I always want to be in receptive mode, but what I mean by that is like I am at a stage in my life where I just don't to be honest, I just hate cooking. Like, I thought I liked cooking back when I was suffering from an eating disorder, and I did it so much, and ever since I was like 13 years old, I was like so paranoid about what my mother was cooking, and so I like took over all of the cooking for, I'm one of 6 kids, so like I cooked for everyone every single night. We have candlelight dinner, and I did all of the cooking from the age of like 13 to like 18 till I left for college, and then anytime I was back, I did the same thing. And anyways, I thought I liked cooking. What I realized was I didn't like cooking. My eating disorder just didn't like not being in control. And so now that I don't have a weird thing with control anymore, and I don't care as far as like what is the food, like I just want food, I really just like don't like to cook. Like I would just way rather, and this is what I'm saying by like me being in the receptive mode, I would just way rather be given really yummy, tasty food. Like that's all I want right now. I was like talking to my sister about this the other day because my mom, for my like sister's pre-wedding like dinner thing, she's like, you guys can just like make all this stuff. I was like, I don't want to make anything. Like I literally do not want to make anything. The idea of making a bunch of food for a lot of people just sounds completely awful for me right now. And I mean, I shouldn't say this so harshly because I'm like, I do love the idea of like having people over and cooking for them and all that, but I'm just saying like that interest in it, that like this is my thing and I want to be doing it all the time is like totally gone. And I'm more in just that like, let's sit down at a restaurant and let's eat something really good, or let me just have my friend make me something, or my mom or someone else. Yes, I am like almost in my 30s and I still love it when my mom makes me food, guys, but I missed out on the age of like 14 to something in my 20s. I missed out on that many years of my mom's cooking. So it feels good to be receptive of her food. But anyways, if I had not been in an open, receptive relationship with food, I wouldn't have been able to do any of the things that I did this last month. I wouldn't have gone to Sarah's birthday party. I wouldn't have gone up camping. I wouldn't have I'm trying to think of like all the things I did in the beginning of the month. There was just like so many things, and I wouldn't have done any of those things. And it just saddens me that I missed out on all this stuff before. And now this is crazy. I'm not saying everyone's social life needs to be literally every single night like mine currently is, but still weekends, weekday here and there, like you should be having fun with friends, eating food, doing all those things. And it just saddens me to know that I blocked myself a lot from that. And so basically what I am just saying here is that food freedom is really amazing, and it really can help you connect better with people, and it really can help your social life flourish when you're not the one person in the group that's like so picky about which restaurant you go to. And that's again when I said I'm stepping into the receptive mode. I don't like when people are talking about like what should we make, where should we go, what restaurant, all of that, I step back. I'm like, there are like 15 of you guys who can choose. I don't need to be choosing this. And it's just been really healthy and really good still years after recovery to still kind of be in this very receptive mode with food and not using that control over it. And so that's all I wanted to say. Food freedom is amazing. I'm so glad that I've gotten myself to this point. And I would just really encourage anyone who's at that point where you guys haven't found that full food freedom. I'm not talking about the fake food freedom of like, I recovered while being keto, or I recovered while being high carb, low fat, or I recovered while counting calories and tracking macros. That to me is quasi food freedom, which I hate this term, like quasi-recovery, and I use it, I know, but just because everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about. But if we think about it, I feel like the term quasi-recovery is literally just a bunch of BS, because we all know that it's just not recovery. It's like we slap the word recovery on it, but it's like, I was the most sick doing my quasi recovery, I feel like those are the times where I really started shutting down and had really awful digestion and really just was not doing well during my quasi recovery. So is that recovery, or was that me just saying, hey, I weigh a little bit more, so now I'm calling it quasi recovery and it sounds a little bit better? Anyways, you know, I like to keep it real here, guys, because I just think that having awareness and being real is like the thing that's actually going to help people. I feel like people babied me a little bit too much in my recovery. Talking about like professionals too. They just like babied me. And like, I just need someone to just like, and there's a time and place. Okay, there's a time and place, but this is the time and place now for a little tough love. I never got the little tough love. And so I would just, I don't know, I'd be like, oh, I didn't do this food challenge again. They'd be like, okay, it was a tough week. And I'm like, no, you needed to be like, you need discipline, darling. We got to do this. Like, there's no excuse. What's your consequence for not reaching this? Like, that's what I do with my clients, because I'm like, I want you guys to actually recover. So I'm not just going to wait until you feel like it, because newsflash, you're never going to feel like it if you have an eating disorder. Never. It never sounds like a good idea to challenge food. Never. So you need to use discipline and go, this is what I'm doing. These are the consequences if I don't do this. And that's what gets people results. That's what's helped me help hundreds of women at this point get their period back, many to get pregnant, so many to just, to move on to have a beautiful relationship with food and exercise and all of that. It's that little bit of tough love. And also a ton of love, just pure love from the heart, right? Take all the toughness out of it. Like, I'm so gooey inside. I have so much tender, sweet, sensitive love for everyone who's going through this journey. And again, because I went through it myself, so it's like, that really hits hard in here. But I also come in with a little like, let's actually help you heal, honey. Anyways, you guys, one last thing before I go. Don't hate me here. Of course I'm going to mention it again. Like, of course, the Get Your Flow On course is going, guys, and it's amazing. I want to read, actually, I'm going to pull it up on my computer right now. I want to read to you guys what someone sent to me. Just out of the blue, like, hi, Chloe, I'm sending you this message. And I was like, this is so beautiful and so amazing, and I love it. So she sent me this. Let's go through it, and then hopefully you guys will be like, oh, yeah, I need support, and the course sounds good, right? So I believe, this was Kate. This was Kate who sent this. She said, hi, Chloe. Just wanted to take a few moments to write to you and maybe any of your followers that are second-guessing joining the course. I was afraid to make a change. Are you afraid to make a change? I know I was. Change is scary. Get it? However, for each and every one of you who are at home today scrolling through and researching about recovery, or who are on this video learning about recovery, but too afraid to make a change, I was you. But I'm here to tell you, you are never going to feel ready or motivated, because this stuff is hard and your eating disorder has given you a false sense of comfort. Since joining, I just made that too big. Wait, go back. Okay, there you go. I just made it too big again. Dang it. Okay, sorry. Not touching the touchpad anymore, or the trackpad. Okay, since joining the Get Your Flow On course, I have learned so much about who I am as a person without my eating disorder. We do a lot of that type of work in the first module. I have learned how crazy it is to let these crazy thoughts and feelings dictate my life, and ultimately, I have 100% confidence. She has 100% confidence. 100%. For the first time ever that I will recover. That right there, I was like, So many girls have sent things like that in the course to me, of being like, I finally actually think that recovery is like a solution now. Because we can like think like, oh yeah, I want recovery, but there's always a part of us who's like, this isn't going to work for me. I don't think this is possible. And I've tried so many times. And so that like percentage goes down to like, I think this is a 50-50 chance here that I recover. And now here are these women in the course already being like, I don't have a doubt that I'm going to recover 100%. The Get Your Flow On community is unlike anything I've seen before, with 20 plus, which it's now 30 plus, because a lot more people have signed up now. So with 30 plus women feeling the same feels, working through the struggles, and ultimately spreading love, I am in tears writing this because I can't express the importance of taking a leap like this. Trusting Chloe, that's me, sorry, in a weird mood today. Trusting Chloe, trusting me, and trusting that you know and trusting what you know is right for your healthy self. Each day, a new weight is lifted off my shoulders and the world is getting a little bit brighter. So for anyone unsure about joining the Get Your Flow On course, stop waiting. Every second you spend stuck in this horrible disorder, you are missing out on the bright, beautiful life that is right in front of you. Like I was mentioning with like my last month where I'm like, this is so beautiful. Like I was missing out on this. Like that sucks. Taking the leap of faith and trust Chloe. I and a group full of supportive women are here for you to take your life. Find yourself to take the leap of faith and trust Chloe. I and a group full of supportive women are here for you to take back your life, find yourself, and get your period back. If you want to somehow pass this along, I think it is important that as many women as possible join the course. It is life-changing. I like read this. It was just like random. I did not ask for anything. It was just like, I was crying. I literally actually was crying. I'm not gonna lie. Ran up to the top house to go show my mom this message and was like, I spent a year creating this course with so much love and put so much of my just like my knowledge and the tools that I have in this course for women to get through this journey and to actually get to this place of full recovery. And you know, you create something that's so permanent like this, which is so different from working one-on-one with someone, and it was nerve-wracking. I like literally launched the doors to the course and was like, I don't know why I did this. I should have done this. And I was like so nervous, even though I'm like, I know that there's so many gems in this course, and then to receive something like this back was like amazing. And this is why I did this course. And there was like a couple other here that I'm just gonna quickly share just so you guys can see how important this is to get support and to learn and to surround yourself by other women. Just want you guys to understand, because again, my goal for you is recovery. So I'm not like trying to share with you guys something that has absolutely nothing to do with you getting to the place that you want to go. This has everything to do with it. So when asked, welcome to the Get Your Flow On course, how do you like it so far? She said, seriously, I'm overwhelmed in the best way possible. It's put together thoroughly and perfectly. I'm only on the second module because I want to savor every word. This is a transition at a time I thought it was too late for me, and I am so grateful for it. I long for it to do a deep and permanent work in me. The surrender comes easier because you make it feel so safe. The right mix of private introspection and public support, it is a beacon of hope. That was from Susan. Susan's a lovely, lovely woman. She's been such a blessing in the course. She's like in there 24/7, answering people's questions like right away and cheering them on and stuff, and it's so amazing to see that. Someone else said, this was in the group chat, she's like, I absolutely love this community. The mutual support is incredible. In weak moments, I just look at the chat and immediately feel better. So, and then this next one was from Callie, and she said, can I just say that and I can't say this word because I don't want to get demonetized, because I make a good solid $100 every 3 months on YouTube, so gotta make sure I get it. Make sure you go and like, by the way, guys, it really helps. I'm doing all of this for free. But this says, can I just say that I effing love our Get Your Flow On group. Just love jumping on and seeing them chat in a way I can relate to or have related to. The course is amazing, Chloe. I've resonated solely to the metabolism. My cholesterol came back high in a blood test a while back and liver issues. So this is where the answers are in your module that my doctor could not explain. I want to re-listen and write it all down. I was just like, there's so many more. Like, there's so many more little screenshots that I took of people just being like, I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. And so if you are someone who is like, I made a goal for myself January 1st to recover, and you're sitting here March 3rd, like me being like, what the heck, it's already March 3rd. But anyways, but you're looking at this and you're like, I haven't really improved. Like, you should 3 months, or okay, 2 full months, 2 months, you should have moved quite a bit in your needle if you're really pushing forward with recovery. I'm looking back at like my recovery and thinking like, gosh, those first even just like 3 weeks was like insane how much I recovered. Like, it was insane. There were so many steps taken. I know everyone goes at their own pace. I'm not saying like everyone needs to take these huge giant steps, but I'm saying like you should be seeing huge shifts in your mindset, in your energy, in your behaviors, in your actions, in your thoughts. You should be seeing these shifts happening. If you are not, then I really think that the Get Your Flow On course will be that thing that helps you be like, I'm committed, I'm doing this, we are part of this community, I'm feeling supported by other people, and like recovery is actually going to happen. So that March, April, May, June. So that in June, okay, in a couple months from now, you're going to look back at it and be like, I'm physically now feeling different. My health has improved, and my mentality has improved, and I'm feeling more free, and I'm feeling strong, and I'm feeling healthy. Maybe you're gonna be like, and I have my period back. Just saying, it can happen that fast. But anyways, how good would that feel in 3 months if that's what you're looking back at? Of like, the last 3 months was so transformational. It's gonna feel amazing. I know it's gonna feel amazing because I went through the transformation myself, and it feels pretty damn amazing. I'm pretty high on life right now, guys. Like, pretty high. This is what, like, really being surrounded by a lot of super duper loving people and eating good food does to you. You just feel good. So again, like my video because you love me and I love you. So just hit the like button, it's nice. And subscribe if you're not subscribed, and comment down below any questions you have about the course or any questions you have for me in general. And that's about it for today. So let's go. Bye.